Hi YouTube, out here today with the Compadre Chopping Froe from Buck Knives, made in the USA, 10 inches in blade length, 5160 carbon steel. This item is much better than you might assume if you've just seen it in an online cutlery store. Okay, in person, in hand, this thing is a beast. First of all, it's a very reddish orange. All right, if you see it online, the color doesn't translate right. And, you know, it looks like some bright orange. It almost looks like one of those Gerber Bear Grylls type items. It is not. It is a whole different ball of wax. A quarter inch thick, almost 1.5 pounds. Okay, so this is a heavy hitter. Very impressed indeed with this item. Buck advertises it as good for clearing, heavy chopping, splitting, and even batoning. They specifically say that it's for batoning. Well, all right, we're gonna see if it is. And here is a size comparison for you. The Chopping Froe in the center, to the left, the K-Bar BK9. To the right, the Condor Moonshiner. All right, so an interesting length, around 10 inches. And if you're going to carry a blade of around this length, you've got a choice to make. Do you want a more conventional knife, or do you want more of a specialized chopper like this Chopping Froe? You know, for a knife, this would be considered an extra large blade length. But for a machete, it's actually quite small. So do you want a mini machete or an XL conventional knife? You know, it's your call. 1/4 inch thick. You can see full tang there. There's no lanyard hole, but it does have an extra long handle so you can choke up or choke down for some more power. And it does flare out towards the pommel, okay, for better retention. Now what you see before me, well, that used to be a fairly thick branch. And you know, where I live, we have strong winds, we have thunderstorms, almost like tornado weather sometimes, and sometimes trees just fall down. That particular, well, it used to be a large branch that just fell down into the middle of the street. And I saw that and I said, well, I can test out some blades on that. All right, so you're going to see that footage. Also did a little batoning. All right, so before we go further, let's roll in a little bit of a highlight reel of some of that demo footage just so you can see this do something. Then we'll come back and discuss this more. Okay, a couple points of interest. First of all, I did find the handle to be very comfortable and allows you to generate a lot of power. As far as the durability of this item, extremely durable, dude. Hold on. You see this? This is the baton I use to hit this, you know, while batoning, and it's basically a large heavy club that I just carved a little bit of a handle. But I mean, I didn't go easy on this. And so yeah, extremely durable. And as far as, you know, when would you carry this as opposed to just like a smaller hatchet or a light hatchet? Well, you know, this gives you 9.5 inches of edge length to work with, whereas a hatchet's going to be 3 or 4 inches of edge. All right, so the longer edge length is useful, right, in certain applications. So what is the point of a blade like this? Well, the same general mission as that blade above it, right? That's my Woodsman's Pal. It's a brush clearing machete. You know, when we think of machetes, we often think of the classic Latin design, the light but long Latin machetes that are good for chopping a trail through soft vegetation for miles and miles. But there are many other types of machete for different purposes. These brush clearing machetes, they're made to tackle stuff that's a little more difficult than soft vegetation, right? These can actually, you know, they can tackle saplings, branches, even if you had to, even like small and medium trees, if you had to. Not as good as an axe, but in a pinch. So yeah, these really have that brush clearing mission. This is the sheath that it comes with. Yes, that's Shadow. That's me. Hello, YouTube. This is the sheath. It's a leather sheath. Now I see it has this metal D-ring here, right? A D-ring there. 2 button closures on straps here. You know, it holds it in pretty securely. Right, deployment. You know, you basically pull it straight out and then up. Okay, so that is the sheath that it comes with. Okay, final thoughts on this Chopping Froe. Highly recommended. You might say it's a little pricey if you're only considering materials. 5160 carbon steel, very good steel, very durable steel, but it's not a particularly expensive steel. So yeah, I mean, if you just consider it a pile of materials, then you would think it's pricey. But as far as its usefulness, I think it's worth it. I mean, you know what they say, buy once and cry once, meaning you buy something good quality, it should last you a lifetime. All right, so I'm very pleased with it. I do recommend it. Good job by Buck, made in the USA. Then we all juggle knives, and I'm out.